Some plays end with cheers, but others end in silence and fear. Over the years, the game has seen injuries so serious they changed careers in a single moment. From shocking falls to freak accidents, these moments left players, fans, and even rivals in disbelief. You won't forget what happened next. Let's start with the one that made the entire basketball world stop breathing: Paul George's leg snap in 2014. This wasn't even a regular NBA game, it was a scrimmage.
Real uniform, that is. Derrick Rose a little bit too fast for his own good. Nice contest, but a foul. Paul George shaken up.
Team USA, nothing on the line. George went up to contest a simple layup, landed wrong near the basket base, and snap. His leg bent in a direction no human leg should. You could see the horror on every player's face. Kevin Durant walked away. Coaches froze. The building went completely silent. That moment changed everything. George missed nearly a year. His comeback was inspiring, but that image still haunts fans to this day. But if you think that's the worst knee injury you've seen, think again. Because Shaun Livingston's was next level disturbing. This guy was supposed to be the next big thing. Young, tall, skilled point guard with all the tools. But during a game in 2007, he went up for a layup and came down wrong. His leg folded like a lawn chair, torn ACL, MCL, PCL, meniscus, everything. Doctors didn't even think about surgery at first. They were worried about saving his leg from amputation. That's how bad it was. It took him years to return to the court, and while he was never the same explosive player again, he still found a way to win titles with the Warriors. But make no mistake, that moment nearly destroyed his entire life. Still not shaken? Let's talk about Kevin Durant's Achilles tear in 2019. The Warriors were fighting to save their dynasty, and KD rushed back from a calf injury to help them in the finals. The risk? Massive. But he gambled. Early in the game, he made a simple move, and his leg gave out. No contact, no fall.
Who gets injured? And credit Serge Ibaka. There's the play right away. He knew it.
Just a pop. He grabbed the back of his heel instantly. Everyone knew what had just happened. The Achilles. That injury doesn't just sideline guys. It ends greatness. People thought KD's career might be over. He missed an entire season. And while he did return stronger than expected, that one moment nearly wiped out one of the greatest scorers ever. But what about someone who was literally carrying his team on his back? Kobe Bryant, 2013. The Black Mamba was dragging the Lakers into the playoffs. Game after game, heavy minutes, relentless attacks. Then, one step too many. He felt a pop in his leg.
Since then, though, 0 for 6. As he has it spinning in trouble. Oh, and he's limping. He's hurt. Kobe's hurt.
He knew it was his Achilles, but being Kobe, he didn't scream or cry. He got up, walked to the free throw line, and knocked down 2 clutch shots before walking off. That wasn't basketball. That was warrior mentality. The injury, though, marked the beginning of the end. Kobe was never the same again. And speaking of career-altering injuries, we've got to talk about one that crushed an entire city's hope. If there's one injury that still breaks hearts years later, it's Derrick Rose in 2012. This wasn't just a star getting hurt. This was the youngest MVP in NBA history, a guy who had Chicago dreaming of another championship. Rose had it all: speed, strength, bounce, and heart. The Bulls were the #1 seed. Game 1 of the playoffs, easy lead. Rose drives into the lane, makes a move, and then it happens. His knee gives out, no contact, just a jump stop, and boom, torn ACL. The entire arena went silent. His teammates surrounded him, fans covered their mouths, and the trainers rushed in. Just like that, everything changed. He missed the next season, came back, got hurt again and again. That moment was the start of a long battle with injuries that stole his prime. Sure, Rose made a comeback later, but he was never the same player. That one play, it changed NBA history forever, and if you think that was tragic, wait until you remember Gordon Hayward's nightmare debut. First game as a Boston Celtic, big national spotlight, fans excited. Just 6 minutes in, Hayward goes up for a lob, comes down wrong, and his ankle snaps sideways. Players were covering their faces, some turned away. It was that bad. His leg looked completely broken, and it was. The whole building froze.
Hayward broke his leg. Hayward has broken his leg. Hayward has broken his leg.
Commentators stopped talking. You could feel the fear through the screen. Hayward was out for the entire year, and though he returned, many still say he never fully got back to that all-star level. One minute, fans were hyped about a new big three in Boston. The next minute, the season was over for him, all from one play. But injuries don't just affect stars. Sometimes, they silence the crowd in seconds. Jaylen Brown experienced that in 2018. On a fast break, he went up for a dunk and got thrown off balance in the air. He crashed headfirst into the floor, his arms locked up, his body froze. classic signs of a concussion. Fans feared the worst. For a few terrifying moments, nobody moved. His teammates looked helpless. Luckily, Brown recovered, but that fall was so violent, many feared he might never walk again, let alone play. Then you've got Nerlens Noel, who also suffered a scary fall. Trying to block a shot midair, he collided with another player and slammed into the floor. He didn't move. Players immediately waved for the medics. A stretcher had to be brought in.
As Noel took an elbow to the face, that was the first blow. And you see that as the head got cocked back thanks to the forearm, and then he hit his head on the deck.
Everyone held their breath, wondering if he was even conscious. Thankfully, Noel survived the incident, but that hit reminded everyone just how dangerous this game can get in a split second. And speaking of danger, sometimes it's not even a fall. It's a cheap shot that sends someone down hard. The next injury we're about to get into involves one of the dirtiest elbows in modern NBA history. Now let's talk about one of the most dangerous and dirty moments ever, Meta World Peace, elbowing James Harden. This wasn't a fast break fall or a twisted ankle. This was pure violence. Meta had just made a big play and was pounding his chest in celebration. But as Harden walked by, Meta swung his elbow, full force, right into Harden's head. The hit dropped Harden instantly. He was motionless on the floor, clearly concussed. The whole crowd went quiet. Meta claimed it was accidental, but let's be honest, the replay said otherwise. That elbow looked intentional. Harden had to be taken out of the game and missed time afterward. It wasn't just scary, it was reckless. A man nearly lost his season because another player couldn't control himself in the heat of the moment. But sometimes it's not another player, it's just bad luck, like what happened to Rajon Rondo. In a playoff game, Rondo got tangled with Dwayne Wade while diving for the ball. What happened next was hard to even watch. Rondo's arm bent completely the wrong way, hyperextended at the elbow. It looked like his arm snapped backward. The slow motion replay made fans sick to their stomachs. Rondo, known for his toughness, tried to stay in, but the damage was done. That one freak play took him out and nearly ruined the Celtics' playoff run. Speaking of accidents, what happened to Jamal Crawford could have ended way worse. He was defending on a fast break, jumped to contest a shot, and lost control in the air. He flipped and slammed the back of his head on the court. Hard. He didn't move. Trainers ran in immediately. Fans looked terrified. Crawford was eventually stretchered out and luckily avoided permanent damage. But for a moment, everyone thought he might have been paralyzed. That fall was a reminder that even the best athletes in the world are one bad landing away from disaster. But not all injuries come from wild plays. Some are subtle and devastating. Look at Kevin Love's shoulder injury in 2015. It was a playoff game against the Celtics. Love was battling for a rebound, and suddenly, his arm was yanked back by Kelly Olynyk. His shoulder popped out of place, just like that. He immediately knew it was bad. He ran straight to the locker room. The Cavs lost a major piece of their title hopes in seconds. That one injury changed the balance of the NBA playoffs. And finally, the injury that completely broke a dynasty, Klay Thompson's ACL tear in the 2019 NBA Finals. With KD already out, Klay was trying to carry the Warriors. He went up for a dunk, got fouled in the air, and came down hard. Immediately grabbed his knee. The crowd gasped. He tried to walk it off, even came back to shoot his free throws, but the damage was done. Torn ACL, out for the year. The Warriors' run ended that night, and that's the brutal truth. In the NBA, all it takes is one wrong step to change everything.